Let's do some science today. I want to know how much the temperature of your ice affects the dilution of your cocktail when you use that ice to shake it. My theory I'm going to test out is the colder your ice, the less dilution you're going to get. And that's because the ice needs to warm up so much before it even melts. So the colder it is, the less dilution you're going to get. That's just the theory, so I'm going to test it out. But the fact about ice that a lot of people don't understand is ice isn't 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 Celsius. That's what it starts at. Ice is the same as every other object. It's going to eventually trend to the temperature of its environment. So you could have negative 20 Fahrenheit ice if it's sitting outside in negative 20 Fahrenheit temperature. Ice in the Arctic is definitely colder than ice that just froze when the temperature got below freezing. We're going to find out how much water is added to your drink for different temperatures of ice. And that's a useful number to know so you know what size glass you need for the quantity of drink you're making. I'm going to make 3 daiquiris with 3 different ices. I have a chest freezer, which is the coldest. It's sitting about negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And I have a freezer on my refrigerator, which sits about 0 Fahrenheit. And then I'm going to try wet ice, which is right on the freezing point. It should be. It's melting, something you might get in a bar. Does the temperature of the ice make a noticeable difference in how much water goes into your cocktail? And for bonus science, I will be using the worst alcohol I have ever tasted for these daiquiris, Ron Rico rum. Can you cover up a horrible rum by adding some lime and sugar? Will it be passable, or will it just still be disgusting? Let's find all that out right now. Let's start off with the coldest of the ice, the chest freezer ice. I measured this at about negative 10 Fahrenheit. That's right at the limit of this infrared thermometer. I didn't know it at the time, but it has a temperature range of negative 4 Fahrenheit to 752, so it's a little outside its range. I also used a digital meat thermometer, which goes to negative 58 Fahrenheit. That one's a little harder to read because it takes a while for it to cool off. I'm going to use these beakers. I think they're called beakers because they're much more accurate than a jigger. These are plus or minus half a milliliter accuracy. I'm also going to use the same amount of ice in each one. I've got 8 1-ounce ice cubes. Trying to go fast, keep the data accurate. It'll be 60 milliliters of rum, 30 milliliters of this fresh lime juice I just squeezed, and 15 milliliters of simple syrup. I'm going to get this as exact as I can. Right on 60 milliliters. Then 30 milliliters of lime. 2 ounces of rum really looks like a lot when you stick it in these beakers. I'm going to add the 15 more on top of this lime so it doesn't get stuck in the glass. It's all going in the shaker. And I'm going to shake for exactly 20 seconds. Now I'm going to double strain it into a glass just so I can hold all the liquid. I'm going to wait till the drops are at least 1 second apart. I'm going to put 100 milliliters in there and then transfer it. Let's get a temperature of it. $26.8. I'm going to put it into a new glass. Get the final measurement here. Looks like right at about 125 milliliters. So that's 105 milliliters in, 125 milliliters out. Okay, this next ice is from my freezer refrigerator combo, which sits right at about 0 Fahrenheit. I know it's a little warmer than my chest freezer because if you put ice cream in it, it's a little softer. It's really a pain in the ass to scoop ice cream from a chest freezer. I'm just gonna do the exact same thing, but with slightly warmer ice. About 127 milliliters. 2 milliliters more than the colder ice. Now let's try this wet ice. It is still frozen, but it's getting wet. I would say it's what you would get from an ice maker. Most people don't know ice makers just make ice. They don't keep it cold. So as soon as it dumps it, it's starting to melt. So you get a lot of wet ice, even with the big industrial ice makers. 28.6. I forgot to take a temperature on that last one. It's like 28.9. Pretty much the same temperature. Makes sense that it should get to about the same temperature. It has roughly the same alcohol percentage. Measure the temperature of this wet ice daiquiri. It is slightly colder, at about 26 degrees. I'm guessing that less than 1 degree or 1 degree difference is from how quick I'm getting this down now. Whoa, that is way different. I wasn't expecting that big of a difference. 159 milliliters with wet ice. Huge difference. Much more dilution. The one on the left is the chest freezer ice. The one in the middle is the refrigerator ice. The one on the right is wet ice. So there is a huge difference with the wet ice. The other two are very similar. Got 28 milliliters of water, 22 milliliters of water. That's, 2 milliliters, that's an extra 10% of water. But probably not noticeable. I'll find out here in a second. That is 54 milliliters of water. I'm going to taste these before they get warm. And this is going to be interesting if this garbage rum is a drinkable daiquiri. No, it's not. It's still a horrible daiquiri. It's so bad. It's really, that's such a bad rum. Even in this daiquiri, it comes through really bad. Okay, I'm going to see if I can taste the difference in this one. I doubt I really can. I thought I wasn't going to be able to, but I think it might just taste a little more diluted. Could just be a mind thing, but I think it actually does taste slightly more, but maybe not. Maybe that's just me knowing that it's got very slightly more water in there. And it's slightly colder since I made this one second. Now this one's still the coldest. Has a lot more water in it. We definitely can taste how it's more watered down. Not necessarily worse. I think it's not worse because it's better to add more water to this rum. If it was a good rum in there, actually, I think it would be worse. Definitely tastes cheaper, less flavor. It kind of tastes like if you had a daiquiri on rocks and it's been melted for a while. You've let it sit there a little too long. Let's do a little math. Fuck my life. I wasn't going to drink it anyway. Now it just smells like bad rum in here. Using chest freezer ice, I got an extra 19% water by volume. Refrigerator ice, I got extra 21% water. And the wet ice, I got an extra 51% water. This thing is 1/3 water. It was before I spilt it. what does this even matter? If you're going to use wet ice, just know you're going to have watered down drinks. You got to use really cold ice if you actually want some good flavor in your cocktails. But more useful is the about 20% dilution number you get when you shake. It's very useful for knowing how much volume you're going to get. If you got a cocktail glass that you know could reasonably hold 5 ounces without getting close to the top, you take 5 ounces, times it by 80%, it comes out 4. So you know you got exactly 4 ounces to play with in your ingredients for after when you shake it, it's gonna fill that glass nice. Same thing goes with tall drinks that you're gonna be putting ice into. If you know you can fit in 5 1-ounce ice cubes and the glass holds 12 ounces, you got 7 ounces to play with. 7 ounces times 80% is right about 5.5 ounces of liquid ingredients before you shake it. You dump it in there, it's gonna fill right to the top. You wanna see more videos like this? Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.